Hello everyone, welcome to Shrudi's Pharma World. Today we are going to discuss about orifice meter. Orifice meter is a flow meter. You know what is this flow meter? Flow meter is a device that is used to measure the amount of water or amount of fluid that is passing through a pipeline. Okay, so flow meter is used to measure the discharge of flow of water that is passing through a pipeline. What is this discharge? Discharge means the amount or volume of water passing through a pipeline for 1 second. So this equipment is used to find the discharge rate or flow rate. Here you can see our orifice meter. So this is orifice meter. This orifice meter is installed in a pipeline. This orifice meter is used to measure the flow rate of fluid passing through this pipeline. Actually, this orifice meter is a thin circular plate with a hole on it. And this orifice meter is installed in a pipeline and it is held between two flanges. Here you can see the flanges. To understand more about this orifice meter, you should know Bernoulli's theorem and the principles of Bernoulli's theorem. Actually, this Bernoulli's theorem is based on law of conservation of energy. Energy is conserved. Energy is always conserved. We cannot create energy. We cannot destroy energy. But we can transfer energy from one point to another. If a liquid is flowing through this pipeline, then that liquid may experience three kinds of energy: potential energy, pressure energy, and kinetic energy. The sum of these three energy at this point, the sum of this three energy is same in every point. In each and every point, the sum of this three energy will be same. This point, the total energy at this point will be equal to the total energy of this point. Consider this is point A and this is point B. The total energy at this point A will be equal to the total energy at this point B. Okay, is it clear? We cannot create energy, we cannot destroy energy. We can only transfer energy from one point to another. Suppose a liquid is flowing through a pipeline, that liquid may experience three types of energy. It is potential energy, kinetic energy, and pressure energy. We can transfer this energy from one point to another, but we cannot destroy it. If you alter any form of energy, for example, if you are reducing the pressure energy in this region, then the kinetic energy and potential energy will be increases at that point. Okay, if you are increasing the kinetic energy, then the pressure energy will be decreases like that. So the total energy will be same in each and every point of the liquid that is flowing through a pipeline. So here you can see another figure for orifice meter. This is a pipeline and here orifice meter is installed in the pipeline. Okay, orifice meter is a thin circular plate with a hole on it, and while placing this orifice meter, a reduction in the area will be occur. Okay, so here you can see a reduction in the area. This is the diameter of this pipe and this is the diameter of this orifice. While placing this orifice meter, reduction in the area will be occur. Suppose a liquid is passing through this orifice meter. Okay, liquid is passing through this narrow constriction. Then the velocity of the fluid will be increases as compared to the velocity of the fluid in the upstream. Why this is occurs? This is because of the reduction in the area. Here you can see our orifice meter. Orifice meter is installed in a pipeline. Then at that region, area will be decreases. Because of that, velocity of liquid will be increases. Velocity of liquid increases means the kinetic energy of that fluid increases. If the kinetic energy increases, then according to Bernoulli's theorem, pressure energy will be decreases. Okay, here you can see an increase in the kinetic energy of that fluid. According to Bernoulli's theorem, the kinetic energy of the fluid increases, then automatically pressure energy will be decreases. So a pressure head, so a decrease in the pressure head will be occur. We can measure this pressure head using this manometer. Actually, this manometer is connected between the initial region and the orifice region. So, we can measure the pressure head using this manometer. As I already said, this is the diameter of the orifice meter and this is the diameter of this pipe. If the diameter of the orifice is smaller than the diameter of the pipeline, then the velocity of the fluid at the point before it enter into the orifice meter will be considered as negligible. Okay, listen, if the diameter of the orifice is small as compared to the diameter of the pipe, then velocity of the fluid at the point before that enter into the orifice will be considered as negligible. In such cases, this manometer reading directly gives the velocity head. We can determine the velocity of the fluid that is passing through that thin constriction using this equation U0 equal to C0 root of 2G delta H. This equation is used to calculate the velocity of the fluid that is passing through an orifice meter. Here, U0 is the velocity of the fluid at the point of orifice. C0 is a constant. Delta H is the pressure head that is measured using a manometer. So, using this manometer, we can measure pressure head. So this pressure head is substituted in this equation. We get velocity of fluid passing through the pipeline. If we know the cross section of the pipeline, then we can easily calculate the amount of liquid that is passing through the pipeline per hour. So this is a principle involved in orifice meter. Move on to the construction part. Orifice meter is a thin circular plate with a hole on it. Or orifice meter is a thin plate containing a sharp aperture through which liquid is flowing. Orifice meter is placed in a long pipeline. Okay, orifice meter is installed in a pipeline so that other fittings do not alter the flow rate that is being measured. That a manometer that is placed between the initial section and the orifice section of a pipeline. So these are the important points regarding the construction part of orifice meter. Now move on to the working of orifice meter. Orifice meter is referred to as variable head meter. You know why it is called as variable head meter? Because by using the orifice meter, we are measuring the variation in pressure across a fixed construction that is placed in the path of fluid flow. Okay, this orifice meter is having a constant area and that is placed in the path of fluid flow. And this device is used to measure the variation in pressure across a fixed construction. So that's why it is known as variable head meter. When this fluid stream is allowed to pass through this narrow construction, the velocity of that fluid at this point increases. That is because of this constriction. Okay, the velocity of the fluid at the point B will be increases considerably because of that reduction in the area. So the velocity of the fluid increases in this region. That means the kinetic energy of that liquid in this region also increases. According to Bernoulli's theorem, the kinetic energy increases then pressure energy will be decreases in that area. Okay, orifice as compared to the upstream, velocity in the orifice region increases and corresponding reduction in the pressure energy will be occur. In the pressure, we can measure the reduction in the pressure head using a manometer which is connected to the initial and the orifice section, and measure the pressure head using a manometer which is connected between the initial and the orifice section. Now move on to the mathematical treatment of orifice meter. Consider a fluid that is flowing through this pipeline with a velocity UA. Here, the liquid is flowing through this narrow construction and it is having a velocity UA. Consider these 2 points A and B on either side of the orifice meter, and here Bernoulli's theorem is applied between these 2 points. Okay, so we are familiar with this equation. This is Bernoulli's equation. PA divided by G rho A plus XA plus UA square divided by 2G minus F plus W, that is equal to PB divided by G rho B plus XB plus UB square divided by 2G. So Bernoulli's theorem is applied between these 2 points A and B. Then we get this equation. This is Bernoulli's equation. Based on the working of this orifice meter, we have made some assumptions. Here you can see our pipeline. This pipeline is placed horizontally. Okay, so that these 2 points A and B is having the same height. Okay, the height of these 2 points A and B are same. Then the 2x terms in the equations are identical and we can cancel that 2 terms. So this is Bernoulli's equation and these 2 terms will be cancelled, okay, because the pipe was placed horizontally, so that the 2 points A and B is having the same height from the reference point. So that the 2x terms will be cancelled from this Bernoulli's equation. Okay, in the case of orifice meter, frictional losses are negligible, so we can eliminate that term too. Then the fluid flowing through the orifice is the same. Okay, the fluid flowing through the orifice is same. Then density of liquid A, that is equal to the density of liquid B. So we can term it as rho. Here we are not using any pump for the transportation of fluid from one region to another region. So W is also 0. And so this is our Bernoulli's equation. The 2x terms will be eliminated. There is no frictional loss. So this term also eliminated from our equation. We are not using pump in the case of orifice meter. We are not using pump for transporting liquid from one region to another. So the energy added by pump, that is W, is also eliminated from our equation. The liquid that is passing through the orifice meter is the same. So rho A equal to rho B, we can term it as rho. Then after eliminating all these terms, we can rearrange this equation like this. So this is our rearranged equation. PA divided by G rho plus UA square divided by 2G, that is equal to PB divided by G rho plus UB square divided by 2G. After eliminating all the terms, we get equation like this. And then I am going to arrange this equation. The same terms will be arranged in the same side. PA divided by G rho minus PB divided by G rho, that is equal to UB square divided by 2G minus UA square divided by 2G. Okay, the same terms will be arranged in the same side. Then common terms will be taken outside. 1 divided by G rho will be taken outside. Then PA minus PB, that is equal to 1 divided by 2G will be taken out. then UB square minus UA square. Okay, then again I rearrange this equation. 2G divided by G rho PA minus PB, that is equal to UB square minus UA square. And we can write this PA minus PB equal to delta P. This is the variation in pressure head. 2G divided by G rho delta P, that is equal to UB square minus UA square. And then I rearrange this equation like this. 2G into delta P divided by G rho, that is equal to UB square minus UA square. Both these equations are same. According to the principles of fluid statics, we know delta P divided by G rho will be equal to delta H. So this value will be substituted in this equation. So we get an equation like this. 2G delta H equal to UB square minus UA square. Okay, our equation will be like this. 2G delta H equal to UB square minus UA square. Okay, so this is a mathematical explanation regarding the orifice meter. Let's see what are the important uses of this orifice meter. Orifice meter is relatively cheap and reliable equipment, and the installation require very less space, and it is used to measure the discharge through the pipes. And this instrument is used to measure the flow rate of fluid that is passing through a pipeline. So these are the important uses of this orifice meter. So in this presentation, we have covered the principal, construction, working and important uses of orifice meter. Hope you understand. Thank you.